25 minutes. That's all it takes for nature's most efficient demolition crew to reduce a 500-pound zebra to nothing but a crimson stain on the African dirt. Bones, hooves, teeth, organs. Everything vanishes down their throats while their haunting cackles echo across the savanna. But forget everything Disney taught you about these creatures. The spotted hyena isn't some cowardly scavenger lurking in Scar's shadow. This is the story of Africa's most ruthless matriarchy, where females rule through violence, brothers fight to the death for mother's milk, and evolution played the cruelest joke in the animal kingdom. The first shock? These aren't the scraggly mutts from your childhood movies. A fully grown spotted hyena tips the scales at 190 pounds of pure muscle and malice, making them larger than most wolves. Their jaws pack a devastating 1,100 pounds per square inch of crushing force. That's 40% stronger than a lion's bite and powerful enough to snap giraffe leg bones that measure 7 centimeters thick. The spotted hyena is renowned for its incredible jaw strength, capable of generating approximately 1,100 pounds per square inch (psi), while spotted hyenas have one of the most potent bite forces among mammals, exerting around 100 pounds per square inch (psi), which enables them to crush bones. But their skull isn't just a weapon, it's an evolutionary masterpiece. Those massive bone-crushing premolars didn't exist in their ancestors. 10 million years ago, spotted hyenas were small-time scavengers picking at leftovers. Then, evolution took a violent turn. The transformation began when they developed razor-sharp carnassial teeth behind their crushing premolars, creating nature's ultimate meat processing plant. No longer content to wait for death, they became active predators. Their bodies grew larger to handle bigger prey, their front legs stretched longer for sustained pursuit, and their social structure evolved into something unprecedented among carnivores. But that was just the beginning of their biological arms race. While other predators worry about spoiled meat and disease, hyenas developed the digestive system of a living hazmat suit. Their stomach acid registers below 2 on the pH scale, more corrosive than car battery acid. They consume anthrax-infected carcasses like gourmet meals and shrug off rabies outbreaks that devastate lion populations. Their short digestive tract prevents bacteria from lingering, while constant exposure to low-level pathogens builds clan-wide immunity. It's biological warfare perfected through millions of years of evolution. But here's where things get absolutely wild. And this isn't just about biology anymore. In spotted hyena society, females don't just lead the pack. They dominate it with an iron fist wrapped in testosterone-fueled aggression. Its social organization is unlike that of any other carnivore, bearing closer resemblance to that of Cercopithecine primates, baboons, and macaques, with respect to group size, hierarchical structure. Picture this. Females outweigh males by 20 kilograms of solid muscle. Their voices boom deeper across the savanna, and their aggression levels make male hyenas look like timid house cats. At the top sits the alpha female, her cubs automatically ranked above every adult male in the clan. When she dies, her daughters inherit the throne. When her sons reach 3 years old, they're expelled from paradise and forced to become beggars. The life of a male spotted hyena reads like a Shakespearean tragedy written by nature's cruelest author. Born into privilege if his mother ranks high, he enjoys 2 blissful years of protection and priority feeding. Then comes exile. He must abandon everything he's known and wander the dangerous borderlands, pleading for acceptance into foreign clans where he'll rank dead last. Even males who joined years before him hold higher status. These immigrant males exist on the periphery of hyena society, first to face danger, last to eat, constantly nursing battle wounds from trying to secure scraps. Their teeth wear down to nubs from gnawing bones other hyenas rejected. They live half as long as females, their bodies breaking down from malnutrition and endless conflict. The lucky few who manage to mate do so only with the female's explicit consent, and even then, they have no say in when or how often. But don't think female life represents some peaceful sisterhood. Competition among females makes Game of Thrones look like a children's tea party. Sisters turn against sisters. Mothers eliminate rivals' cubs to protect their own bloodlines, and coalitions of lower-ranking females plot to overthrow the ruling matriarchy. One scientific study documented a horrifying reality. 21% of cub deaths under 1 year old resulted from infanticide, always carried out by females, often by relatives. The killers target cubs strategically, eliminating genetic competitors before they can challenge the established order. Even within litters, survival becomes a blood sport. Most mothers birth 2 cubs, but nature designed them for conflict from day one. Siblings fight viciously for nursing rights, with the stronger often eliminating the weaker through sheer aggression. This isn't accidental. It's evolutionary strategy in its rawest form. The female anatomy takes this evolutionary madness to its logical extreme, creating one of nature's most bizarre reproductive puzzles. Every female spotted hyena possesses what scientists diplomatically term a pseudopenis, external genitalia identical to male anatomy in every visible aspect. This structure serves multiple functions: urination, mating, and most incredibly, childbirth. They're the only mammal on Earth without a traditional vaginal opening, making reproduction a logistical nightmare that would challenge an engineering team. Mating requires the female to retract this pseudopenis internally, creating a temporary opening, giving her absolute veto power over any sexual encounter. The male cannot achieve penetration without her full cooperation, effectively putting reproduction entirely under female control. But evolution's cruelest joke comes during birth. First-time mothers in captivity lose 60% of their cubs to suffocation as the infants struggle through the impossibly narrow and convoluted birth canal. The reproductive tract includes a hairpin turn that would challenge even the most determined sperm, making conception difficult and birth potentially fatal. Scientists initially assumed this represented an evolutionary mistake. Why would natural selection favor anatomy that kills offspring? But here's the twisted logic. Spotted hyena mothers invest 14 months nursing each cub, then continue providing food for 3 additional years until their massive bone-crushing skulls fully develop. This extended parental investment means the species benefits from lower birth rates and higher individual success rather than producing numerous vulnerable offspring. The brutality serves a purpose that becomes clear when you zoom out to see the bigger picture. These aren't random acts of violence. They're carefully orchestrated survival strategies in one of Africa's most dangerous environments. Spotted hyena clans defend territories spanning 620 square miles, areas larger than some small countries. They face constant pressure from competing clans, lion pride seeking to steal their kills, and the endless challenge of finding enough food to sustain groups reaching 100 individuals. Their fission-fusion society allows them to come together for major hunts or territorial defense, then disperse to minimize internal conflict. They've developed communication systems rivaling any terrestrial mammal. Their whooping calls carry individual identity, sex, age, and emotional state across 3-mile distances. They can count the number of voices in rival groups, calculating whether to fight or retreat based on numerical advantage. This sophisticated intelligence network supports hunting abilities that would impress military strategists. Contrary to their scavenger reputation, spotted hyenas kill 95% of their own food through coordinated pack tactics. Contrary to popular belief, the spotted hyena is a formidable predator, responsible for around 70–95% of its food through hunting rather than scavenging. They're the only predators that make lions abandon kills and retreat to safety. A single hyena might flee from a lion, but a clan of hyenas represents an unstoppable force that even the king of beasts respects. Their success stems from brutal efficiency. When other predators fight among themselves over kills, hyena clan members know their exact place in the hierarchy and feed accordingly. No energy wasted on pointless disputes, no time lost to indecision. The spotted hyena matriarchy represents evolution's most extreme solution to a fundamental problem: how to balance competition with cooperation in a world where both are essential for survival. Their savage social system produces the most effective predatory organization in Africa, capable of raising cubs in a hostile environment where 50% mortality rates represent evolutionary success. Every act of violence, every infanticide, every moment of suffering serves the greater goal of species continuation in an unforgiving landscape. The females who seem so cruel to human observers are actually devoted mothers whose apparent ruthlessness stems from desperate love. When their cubs die, they mourn visibly, and every brutal decision aims toward keeping their offspring alive long enough to inherit the family's hard-won social position. The males who live such difficult lives contribute genetic diversity and hunting prowess that strengthens the entire clan. Even the pseudo-penis, despite its deadly birth complications, ensures that only the strongest cubs survive, while giving females complete reproductive control in a society where power determines everything. So the next time you see a spotted hyena portrayed as nature's villain, remember this: they've created the most sophisticated predatory society on Earth through mechanisms that prioritize long-term survival over individual comfort. Their laughter isn't sinister. It's the sound of triumph over impossible odds, echoing across the African wilderness as a testament to evolution's ruthless creativity. In a world where cooperation and competition must coexist, the spotted hyena found a brutal but effective solution that's kept them thriving for millions of years. They're not the bad guys in nature's story. They're the ultimate survivors. That's a wrap on today's wild journey. But here at the Zoo-phoria show, we're just getting started exploring nature's most incredible stories. Subscribe if you want to keep discovering the shocking, hilarious, and downright unbelievable truths about the animals sharing our planet. Your next favorite animal fact is just one click away.